Hi, this is Chuck, and we're back in Planet Crafter. Now, we are getting really close. Really. There we go, drone station unlocked. I knew I was going to get the recording started before that hit. So now, let's just get a drink of water, and let's get on it with the drone station. This episode might not be as long as normal, which I assume is fine with everybody, because we just want to get the drone station built and get a couple drones up and flying and kind of show how that works. I'm going to put the drone station right here, right outside the door. That's assuming I have enough stuff to build it, so we'll have to see what that takes. And we need a fusion energy cell, an osmium rod, a super alloy rod, and 3 circuit boards. So let's go about getting all that stuff. I think we have a fusion energy cell on me because I made one thinking we were going to go check out another wreck, but we'll just use it for this instead. Now I'm not sure how much osmium we have. Should have enough for a rod. So we're going to need 3 of these. A super alloy rod and an osmium rod. So we should have plenty of stuff. In fact, we have super alloy rods in here. So I'll just grab one of those. Now we just have to make an osmium rod. Now, I'll just go use the auto crafter for that, since I don't have to go raiding the... Alright. Osmium rod. Here we come. Alright, let's go build a drone station. Ah, stairs over here. Alright. And let's pick up the uncommon... Wrong button again. I play other games where the action button's a different button, so sometimes I forget. Alright. How do I want this thing turned around? Let's see. Yeah, we want to rotate it that way. As close. There we go. Now, we can craft drones. And we have... I thought we unlocked the T2 drone. Let me... our rocket's not back yet. Let's see how much time we got left on that rocket coming back. 294 seconds. That's a little ways. Let's see. That's a little over 4 minutes. I don't know if we can set up. So let me I see if we can set that up yet. Logistics system. Is that left bumper? Right. Okay, we're going to demand. And we can pick which item that this locker is going to demand. So it's only going to demand iron. And we'll leave that priority at normal, but you can up the priority. And, you know, with the bumpers, or if you're on a, you know, keyboard and mouse, it would give you those keys. And you can set that. So now we go to each thing and you hit logistics system. You hit what you want it to demand. And you're going to demand, in this case, iron. We go. All right. And we got to go along each one of these. So each one of your lockers, you're going to set the demand up. So in this case, we're going to set this one. You want to demand super alloy, right? So we're going to select that. Now that means that the drones, when they find super alloy, they'll bring it here and deposit it in that locker. And we set each one of these up for what you want the drones to bring there. And this is a lot of lockers, and that's going to be a lot of work. So I'll probably be doing a lot of that off camera. But I want to show you how that works. Now, while we're waiting on our trade rocket to get back, let's run to the super alloy cave. Even though we're going to build a T3 when it opens, but we'll go ahead and we're going to set this logistics system. It's going to supply super alloy. Okay. Priority is normal. Now we could probably have it supply all that other stuff as well, but when we unlock T3s, we're gonna change that anyway. We're gonna build a new extractor down here. So it's just to show you how that works. Now we don't have an extractor there. We don't have one there. We got one there, and of course that's gonna change. You know, when we get the new extractor built. But for now, we'll set that up that we want to supply sulfur. Okay. And now let's go back to the base. Now we have to set up the sulfur container to demand sulfur. So we just go to logistics system and we demand sulfur. All right. Priority normal. You can up that. You can change those priorities around. Now when we get some, why is it really yellow in here? That's kind of weird looking. Huh. No, I don't know. Wow. It's like there's this yellowish stuff coming. Now let's see if our rocket's getting close to getting down here. Well, it's on the way. Maybe by the time we get down to the aluminum extractor, and I could set the supply on that thing as well. But I'll probably wait for the T3 extractor, since I think we're going to be getting close to that fairly soon. Right now, here comes our rocket. So let's get off the rocket what we paid for. And we got some cocoa seeds, some wheat seeds, the T2 drone, some fish eggs, and some butterfly larvae. So pretty soon we'll be able to use those. We're just going to store them away for now. But I'm going to put them in this area here, along with these other larvae. And along with that, and the fertilizers. And I'm going to put, and I probably should just go ahead and do this pretty soon, but I will put lockers down here that would just have like eggs and larvae in them. And that way we'll grab those for use in the incubators. I'd probably put more incubators as well. Well, let's decode this. And we got the T2 drone. So now, well, I still don't know what's up with this yellow tint. So you can, I think there, that kind of gives you what we have set up so far. I haven't set anything up to supply iron, but we have so many. T1 drone, T2 drone. So we need explosive powder circuit board, super alloy, and a rocket engine. So let's see if we have all that stuff. I know we got rocket engines, so I know we got super alloys. I think we have super alloys. Did I bring any back? No, here we went there and then we didn't get any because I was thinking, oh well, the drones are gonna bring some back. Well, not yet, not till we build them. So let's grab a few. We'll leave a few in here for the drones to get, just so you can see how it works. Now let's go back. All right, we got our alloys. Now we need explosive powder and a couple more of these circuit boards. I want to make like 2 of those drones. Now the explosive powder, I'm not sure if we got... Oh, we're not going to be able to get too much of that. We need more sulfur. So, off we go to grab more sulfur. And like I said, I want to leave a couple of them in here so we see how the drones work. But it'll probably extract more by the time we get the drones built. All right. Now what else we need? Explosive powder. Let's see if I can make like 2 of them. Let's head up to the crafter. Man, don't you wish you could like climb steps that fast? At my age, that is not happening. You know, the only one that kind of bugs me when it does that, those big... There we go. I need a couple of those, please. And we only got 1. What am I short on? Iridium, maybe? Huh. Well, and I don't have... There's plenty of iridium. But, guess what? The darn sulfur was in my personal inventory. And not... I didn't think to transfer it over. Now watch this. There we go. And I was just saying that on a couple videos ago. That you have to move it into the crafter's inventory or have it in a locker. But you can't have it in your personal inventory. It won't make it. So now we can make a couple of these drones. So here we are. We're going to craft 2 T2 drones. So we did. Now, I guess we can just put inventory in there. You know. So I could have sworn I just crafted a couple drones, and I don't know. Are they out there doing anything? Drones available. It says 2 drones. All right. So the drones are out there. They're doing their thing. When you get a lot of them, you'll see them buzzing around. And they're kind of impervious. Like they'll just go right through walls and everything. And they won't hurt you. They'll go right through you. You'll walk right by them and it looks like they'll go through your head. So I guess I crafted them and they just took off. So, because I don't know what the point of putting stuff in that inventory would be. Unless I wanted to put items in there to craft more drones. So, but you can see everything I had in my inventory is gone. So we're going to run inside. And you'll notice that periodically more super alloys will show up here as the drones go and find them. And the same with this sulfur. Like right now, all the sulfur is just what I'm putting in from my inventory. But more is going to show up. And we didn't set supply up at any other stations yet. So let me see. See, look, we're getting really close on that pressure. When it hits 13.3, then we got the T3 extractors. In the meantime, I want to see. So I'm not going to set up any more supply on these extractors that we have because we're just going to replace them. Now, I could tell this one to supply. So here we go. Watch this. I'm going to supply iron and leave that on normal priority. And eventually, you'll see the iron disappear out of there. And same thing, I'm going to have this one do iron as well. And yeah, you can have it supply everything that's in there, and then the drones will grab everything and then divvy it up where it needs to go. You can also do that. But we're going to be putting tier 3s down eventually anyway. And the tier 3s are only, you're going to set each one to supply, each one to only extract one item. So that's kind of pointless to set that up to supply everything. Now, we also need to set the aluminum ones up. So you can set that. No, you're not going to set that to supply anything. You're setting demand up. But now there's some more advanced stuff which we'll probably cover maybe by the next episode possibly. And I'm not going to cover it right now. But we're just going to set the demand up for a lot of these. Now you can also, upstairs where we have the auto crafter, we're going to build like 3 more of them. Now you can have auto crafters, and then you can have the auto crafter demanding certain items. And it can demand like 2 or 3 items that are needed to craft. Like, let's say you want to make explosive powder. So you can have the auto crafter demanding the sulfur and the what is it goes in explosive? The iridium. Yeah, you can have those 2 items demanded by the auto crafter, and then you can have these things supplying the same thing. This is demanding sulfur, so the drones are bringing sulfur in and dumping it here, and then it can also be supplying sulfur to the auto crafter, and then the auto crafter will automatically craft the item, and then the auto crafter can be supplying that item back to another locker where it will then store it. So we'll set all that up, and then you can even, let's say you have a locker here that's just going to take rocket engines. Well, you can have the different components of a rocket engine going into the auto crafter making them, and then it's supplying them, and then you can have this locker demanding the engines, and then the drones will come and drop engines in this locker. Then you could even have this locker supplying them, and the trade rocket demanding them, and then have the trade rocket to auto launch when it's full. So there you go. That's your passive moneymaker system in here. You set up auto crafting, and that you get enough drones and they're running around just crafting everything, dropping everything where it's supposed to go, and then your drones are filling up those rockets, and when the rockets get full, they just take off automatically. You never even touching the rockets. They're just going into space, coming back, and bringing your money. And then you can unlock all the stuff that the rockets have available to unlock when you do that. Then at that point, you're really ready for endgame at that stage to decide, you know, what you want to do, like which endgame scenario you want to pursue, or whether you want to just kind of go visit the other planets, like the toxicity planet and stuff like that, which is probably why we saw some of those items available in here and from Humble and the other planets in the system. So anyway, that's how to set up the drones. We will approach that further. We will do some of that and set up some auto crafting and maybe explore some more wrecks and make some more fusion energy cells. And maybe before too long, we'll be putting down the tier 3 extractors. And that will all come in a future episode. This one was just to basically show the drone station, build a couple drones, and show how you set up that demand and supply. So I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something from it. If you have, just like and subscribe, and I'll catch you the next time.